what is the color of Mark's problem? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why will you ask the owner of the house to vacate, to leave the house for you because of the whole funny thing you said? Oh, the house is this, the house is closed, the house is this one. You love him so much and you want him to start a new family in a new place filled with love and all that. Do you know you're the one that brought problem to this house? This family, obviously, aside, Vivian, has been a peaceful and loving family. You were the one that went out there, married someone who wants to separate family. And then you're saying the house is this, the house is that. Like, I love the response that Ben gave to Mark. There's a video I made that I didn't end up putting out, and I feel like that video is beginning to play out here. I felt bad that Ben was talking to Mark somehow during the time that they were planning for the wedding, that they actually announced that they were going to have a twin wedding. Mark was like surprised that nobody thought it wise to inform him about the whole thing and all that. And Ben said something that he says he's not living up to expectation, that he has taken, or rather assumed, the position of the first son of the family. I felt somehow there. I felt like that was too much, for Ben to tell Mark. But at this point, I now understand that Ben understand the way or how to treat Mark better. Mark is the kind of person in your life that you do not treat with any form of kindness because he doesn't deserve it. That's the truth. Let's forget the fact that yes, Vivian can be a lot, but Mark is someone who just need a little trigger and he's beginning to show you all his character and what he's capable of doing. Like, how can you ask somebody, the owner of the house, to leave the house for you with all those flimsy things you were talking about the house, without minding the fact that you were the one that actually went out there, married the person that is causing issues in the family? That family obviously was a peace and loving family until Vivian came in. Now, is Mark trying to stylishly get Ben to leave the house for me? Hey, God have mercy. That guy must really be thinking that the people he's dealing with do not have sense. And they are giving him that impression because he always goes scot-free. Anything he goes, they forgive him easily. So he's now beginning to think that they do not even have sense. Because how can you ask the owner of the house to leave the house for you? If there is anybody that needs to leave that house, it should be Mark and not Ben. And even if Ben decides that he wants a fresh beginning, then he has the right to kind of sell that house and then buy another mansion elsewhere. Now, guys, do you think that if anything happened and Vivian succeeded in getting the house and the company and decide to invite Ben, or rather Mark, to come, let them still continue as husband and wife, do you think with the recent character of Mark, he will not agree to that? He would definitely agree to that. So, guys, what do you think about this funny advice? What do you think about this funny advice that, Mark just gave to Ben, that he should leave the house? Do you support the kind of answer that Ben actually gave to Mark? Or you feel that it was a bit too much? For me, I'm really happy that Ben gave Mark that reply because that's what he was looking for. I'm so glad that he got the reply that I just feel like for giving him that kind of reply. Again, guys, Madam Stella and Vivian, what do you think will happen at this point? Because Madam Stella does not understand the daughter anymore. Madam Stella at this point feels that she needs to do something. If not, with the way Vivian is going, that Vivian is just going to throw her out of this game. Because Madam Stella is so much interested in that family's money. And she cannot stand and watch Vivian take everything to herself. As such, Madam Stella is going to come for Vivian. Because Vivian is not letting her into any of the plans. And is beginning to sound too much. So there could be actually a plan from Madam Stella's end to find out what Vivian has been up to. Because the same guy that Vivian used to take Kizito was the same guy that Madam Stella used for Nick. So there is going to be a lot. Guys, I just want you to sit, relax, and enjoy this series. Yes, we know that the suspense is taking too much and is understandable, but there is a lot of things happening that will be uncovered. All right. So, guys, I don't know what you think. What do you think about, Mark's advice? Do you think that Ben's advice to Mark was a bit too much? What do you think about, Madam Stella and Vivian at this point, and the fact that Vivian is not letting Madam Stella in any of her plans? Is Madam Stella also going to strategize her own way of getting information on what is happening? See you all in my next one.